Most people think the cloud is this invisible, clean, weightless thing floating somewhere in the sky. It is not. The cloud is a massive, hyper-industrial physical facility sitting on acres of land. It guzzles billions of liters of water and drains enough electricity to power small cities. If we want to profit here, we must first understand how it actually operates. When we talk about the artificial intelligence revolution, everyone gets excited about software coders and smart chatbots. But you cannot run complex algorithms without the physical foundation. That foundation is called Layer 3, and it is entirely made of concrete, steel, advanced electrical engineering, cooling systems, and massive data center parks. Right now, India is looking at a $200 billion build-out in artificial intelligence data centers by the year 2030. This is not just a technology upgrade, this is a fundamental shift in wealth creation for domestic investors. The reality is that building this infrastructure is creating a massive, capital-intensive boom across multiple traditional sectors like commercial real estate, power generation, and heavy construction. For years, the Indian market has rewarded software service exporters. Now, the spotlight is aggressively shifting towards the companies building the physical roads and bridges of the new intelligence era. Now, here is where it gets interesting. We are seeing unprecedented capital commitments from domestic heavyweights. Reliance and Adani have collectively pledged over $200 billion specifically for artificial intelligence infrastructure. This signals a huge shift. India is no longer just a consumer of foreign technology services, we are transitioning into a global creator and a domestic tech power. When conglomerates of this size allocate this much capital, it ripples through the entire economy. It creates immense demand for local contractors, raw material suppliers, and specialized engineering firms that operate right here on the National Stock Exchange. But there is another layer to this growth, driven entirely by global geopolitics. Think about the recent drone strikes in the Gulf around March 2026. Those attacks hit major foreign data centers and disrupted regional operations. Instantly, we saw massive computing workloads being rerouted away from the Middle East and directly into India. Global enterprises realized that India offers a rare combination of political stability, engineering talent, and massive scale. This geopolitical shift has permanently boosted the demand for secure, high-capacity data centers within our borders, accelerating the growth timeline for local operators. Let us look at what the government is doing to capture this momentum. In Budget 2026, the administration introduced extensive tax holidays lasting until 2047 specifically for artificial intelligence data centers. That is 2 decades of tax incentives. This singular policy move has become a magnet for foreign capital. You have Google, Microsoft, and Amazon doubling down, investing billions of dollars locally to build their own hubs. They're not just bringing capital, they are providing immense job opportunities and technological growth for the Indian workforce while partnering with domestic infrastructure companies. Many retail investors worry that foreign tech giants will eventually own and control all of our sensitive data. That is a common misconception. The reality is much different because of the Digital Personal Data Protection Act. The DDPP Act, along with our sovereign artificial intelligence initiatives, strictly mandates that sensitive data must remain localized and firmly under Indian legal jurisdiction. This creates a massive protective moat for Indian firms. Global companies must lease space from local operators or partner with domestic entities to comply with the law, ensuring that the control and the economic benefits remain within India. And this is the part most investors overlook. You cannot build artificial intelligence infrastructure without specialized hardware, specifically graphics processing units or GPUs. Nvidia is the global leader here. But Nvidia is not building these factories alone. They have strategically partnered with major Indian corporations like Reliance, Larsen & Toubro, and Tata Consultancy Services. These partnerships are designed to accelerate our artificial intelligence transition by combining foreign hardware expertise with domestic execution capability. For the everyday Indian investor looking at the Bombay Stock Exchange, these alliances signal which domestic players are fundamentally embedded in the next decade of technology growth. Let us break this down with real numbers. A standard data center rack might consume 5 to 10 kilowatts of power. An artificial intelligence optimized rack can demand 30 to over 100 kilowatts. They consume staggering amounts of electricity and water for cooling. What this means is that you cannot evaluate a data center company without looking at its energy supply. Investors must deeply evaluate green energy stocks. The companies that can supply uninterrupted, renewable power to these hungry data centers are positioned to be the biggest indirect beneficiaries of the artificial intelligence boom happening right now. Because these new processors generate extreme heat, traditional air conditioning is no longer enough. The market is shifting rapidly towards advanced liquid cooling and immersion cooling technologies. This is generating a completely new, hot market for specialized hardware makers. We are talking about companies that manufacture precision thermal management systems, high-grade piping, and advanced industrial pumps. Historically, these were niche industrial players. Today, they are critical enablers of the digital economy. If a facility cannot cool its servers efficiently, it simply cannot operate. The technology bottleneck has moved from the software algorithm directly to the cooling pipe. But how does an everyday investor safely participate in this capital-intensive build-out? Buying individual technology or construction stocks can be highly volatile. Think of it this way: you can invest in the landlord. Data center real estate investment trusts, or REITs, give retail investors a direct way to profit from artificial intelligence real estate. By investing in a REIT, you're essentially earning rental income from the largest technology companies in the world who lease the physical space, the power lines, and the cooling systems. It provides exposure to exponential digital growth while maintaining the stable characteristics of real estate. Things worth knowing as we navigate this transition. Historically, what tends to happen during massive infrastructure supercycles is that the most reliable returns don't always come from the companies building the end product. They come from the suppliers providing the raw materials, the power, and the land. The insight here is to look beyond the hype of artificial intelligence software and focus on the tangible assets. Whether it's a company laying specialized optical fiber cables, an energy firm securing massive renewable power purchase agreements, or a real estate trust managing the physical server racks, the opportunity is physical. What this means is that the everyday Indian investor has a truly unique advantage today. We have a front row seat to a massive $200 billion domestic transition which is supported by strict government localization laws and corporate capital. Remember, everything we have covered today is purely for learning. Your financial decisions should be based on your own research and, if needed, guidance from a qualified advisor. If you found this breakdown of Layer 3 infrastructure helpful, subscribe to the channel, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and drop your questions in the comments below. See you next time.